Alright, changing the heater core on my 2013 Jeep Wrangler Sport. It's late, so you're not going to be able to see really well, but you can see that I have the dash out. And the center console. There's wires underneath the center console you have to disconnect. You're going to have to take your shifter knobs off to get the console off. I ended up having to pull them off with pliers, which destroyed them, as you can see. There are non-destructive ways to pull them off, and you can find those on YouTube, but I didn't have any luck with those ways, and I got tired of dealing with it, so I just ordered some new ones and pulled those off with the pliers. I did not take the seats out. It wasn't a huge deal to work around the seats. Just be careful, you know, you don't damage the fabric or the leather, whatever you have. You're gonna have to pull a lot of wires through this hole in the firewall right there. You're gonna have to disconnect the antenna that's running through the side there. Here's where the heater hoses come through the firewall and connect to the heater core. The AC lines. Here's where the steering column connects. Your brake pedal connects. And for me, there's the clutch, because I have a manual transmission. This job is a huge pain in the ass. You're going to need somebody to help you pull this dash out once you get it unbolted from the firewall. It is heavy and cumbersome, and you don't want to beat the hell out of it while you're wrestling it out of here. So you're going to be careful with it so you don't scratch the plastic. Huge pain in the ass. It was going to cost $700 to have the mechanic do it. So I thought I would watch some YouTube videos, read some forums, do it myself. It's very frustrating, but it can be done. You know, just be patient. Don't break anything. Here's a steering column. Be careful not to turn the steering wheel once you get it pulled off, or else you'll destroy the clock spring, and I don't want to create more work for myself or somebody else. AC controls, radio deck, instrument cluster. All that stuff's really easy to take out of the dash. Center console, other parts of the dash that you're gonna have to take off. And be careful when you start prying on this stuff with a screwdriver. You don't want to scuff it up. It's very sensitive to scratches. Here's the driver's side airbag that you take out of the steering wheel. There's videos on how to do that. Here's the new shifter knobs that I've ordered off of eBay. I ended up having to cut the heater hoses that connect to the heater core because they're really hard to pull off. And so I just went down and had them cut me some 5/8 hose at the auto parts store, less than $3 for these 2 pieces. It should work fine. And here's the real mess. This is, you're looking at the back side of the dash assembly. And you have to pull the heater box, this thing right here, you have to pull this off of the dash assembly to get the heater core out. There's the old heater core. It just slides right in like that. It was leaking. First it was clogged up. I was only getting heat on the driver's side, or on the passenger side I should say. And so I flushed it a couple times. It was doing fine for a while, then it started leaking. And so now I'm replacing it. Here's the new one. I got it, got the new one about 70 bucks off of Amazon or eBay, I can't remember. Definitely go online. You can save some money versus going through the dealership, and you can still get, you know, this is a Mopar brand heater core, so it's still a factory heater core. I like to keep everything factory for the most part, especially on something like this that's a pain in the ass to do. There's 4 bolts on the front of the heater box that you have to get to from the front of the dash, and that will allow you to pull the heater core off of the dash. So you have to get up. As you can see, there's an aluminum frame here. The heater box sits on that, and you have to go through the front side around the plastic to get to those bolts to take the heater box off. But yep, it's a huge pain in the ass. The main thing is just be patient. Don't lose any screws. Don't break anything, and you'll be fine. It only goes back together one way. There's a lot of cords you have to disconnect, as you can see, but thankfully most of them are unique, so it's pretty easy to figure out which plugs go where, and I've taken some pictures to kind of remind me when I start putting this thing back together. There's the accelerator, brake, and clutch. But there you go. Huge pain in the ass, but if you got the time and the patience and you feel like learning something, you can do it. But there was a few times, I have to say, that I got frustrated, and I wish I wouldn't have taken this on myself and just let my mechanic do it for 700 bucks. But at that point I was already past the point of no return, I felt, so I just kept going, and here I am. Took me a couple days. I haven't been working on it straight, but took a couple days to get here. So, all right.